As always, I welcome you to this meeting with political parties, which is actually our second regular quarterly consultative meeting for the year 2025. You may recall that our first quarterly meeting was held on Wednesday, 22nd January 2025. The Commission is not unaware that this is a busy time for you with the commencement of campaigns for the Anambra state governorship election, as well as the conduct of party primaries for the area council elections in the Federal Capital Territory. Let me therefore express the Commission's appreciation to you for always responding to our invitation to these important consultative meetings, in spite of the busy schedules of elections and electoral activities. Going by the timetable and schedule of activities for the FCT area council elections, party primaries end on Monday, 30th June 2025. You have the next 3 weeks after that date to tidy up your documentation and upload the list of your candidates to the dedicated portal from the 21st of July to 11th August 2025. I wish to remind you that the portal will automatically shut down at 6 p.m. on 11th August 2025. I urge you to adhere strictly to the procedure and timelines for the conduct of nominations, particularly the legal requirements for the Commission to publish the personal particulars of candidates in the various constituencies for claims and objections by citizens, which comes within a week from the deadline for the submission of nominations. The second ongoing electoral activity is the forthcoming Anambra state governorship election. The Commission has already published the final list of 16 candidates and their running mates for the election, and we have included in your folders for today's meeting hard copies of the final list, in addition to the soft copies already uploaded to our website and other platforms. Campaign in public by political parties commenced 2 weeks ago on 11th June 2025 and will continue until midnight of Thursday, 6th November 2025, that is 24 hours prior to Election Day. During that period, we expect political parties to adhere to our regulations and guidelines for meetings, rallies, processions, and campaigns already available again from our website. However, considering the importance of the forthcoming elections, hard copies of the document, that is the regulations for political processions and meetings and what have you, are included in your folders for this meeting. As campaign activities commence in Anambra State, I wish to draw attention to the perennial complaint by especially opposition parties about the denial of access to public facilities for electioneering activities. These include state media, public buildings for meetings, and open spaces for rallies and processions. In some cases, prohibitive amounts are charged for outdoor advertising. These actions are a violation of the Electoral Act 2022, which prohibits the use of incumbency to the advantage or disadvantage of any political party or candidate. Going forward, the Commission will work with the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, and intensify our collaboration with the Advertising Regulatory Council of Nigeria, ACON, for a possible legal action in the face of prima facie evidence of the violation of the law. At our consultative meeting with civil society organizations and the media yesterday, we assured Nigerians that the Commission was finalizing arrangements for 2 pending activities, the details of which will be made public within 24 hours. First, the outstanding by-elections, and secondly, the resumption of the continuous voter registration, the CVR. On the by-elections, let me first give you a brief update. In the last 2 years, since the inauguration of the National and State Assemblies in June 2023, vacancies requiring by-elections have occurred nationwide. You may recall that in February last year, the Commission conducted 9 by-elections to fill vacancies resulting from the death or resignation of members of the National and State Houses of Assembly. Since then, more vacancies have been declared across the country. The outstanding by-elections involve 2 senatorial districts, Anambra South and Edo Central, 5 federal constituencies, Ovia Southeast, Ovia Southwest in Edo State, Babura Gariki in Jigawa State, Chikunkajuru in Kaduna State, Ikene, Shagamu, Remo in Ogun State, and Ibadan North in Oyo State, as well as 9 state constituencies, Ganye in Adamawa State, Onisha 1 in Anambra State, Dekina Okura in Kogi State, Zaria Kewe and Basawa in Kaduna State, Bagwe Shanono in Kano State, Mariga in Niger State, Karim Lamid Owan in Taraba State, and Kauranamoda South in Zamfara State. Consequently, the Commission has fixed Saturday, 16th August 2025 for the by-elections in 16 constituencies across 12 states of the country, involving 3.5 million registered voters spread across 32 local government areas, 356 wards, and 6,987 polling units. The Commission will deploy 30,451 officials for the elections. However, in spite of the declaration of vacancies, by-elections will not hold in 2 constituencies for the time being. These are the Kana 2 state constituency in Rivers State as a result of the current state of emergency, and Talatal Mafara South state constituency in Zamfara State following a legal challenge to the declaration of the seat vacant by the State Assembly. A member seat was declared vacant for absenteeism, and it's a constitutional provision, so he's challenging that decision before a court of law, and we have been served. So we're not conducting elections in Talat al-Mafra for that reason. Unlike the general election or off-cycle governorship elections, there is a tight time framework for the conduct of by-elections. Party primaries will be held between 17th and 21st July 2025, while the online portal for submission of nomination forms will open at 9 a.m. on 22nd July and close at 6 p.m. on 26 July 2025. Campaign in public will commence on 2nd August and end at midnight on 14th August 2025, that is 24 hours prior to Election Day. The hard copies of the detailed timetable and schedule of activities for the by-elections, including delimitation details of the 16 constituencies and their locations on the map of Nigeria, are included in your folders for this meeting. The same information will be uploaded to our website and other platforms for public information shortly. In addition to the by-elections, the Commission will also conduct 2 outstanding court-ordered rerun elections in Enugu South 1 State Constituency of Enugu State and the Gari Sanyawa State Constituency in Kano State. These elections were severely disrupted by thuggery and violence. They will now be combined with the by-elections upon assurances from the security agencies to adequately secure the process. The 2 elections will be held along with the by-elections on Saturday, 16th August 2025. Turning to the continuous voter registration, the Commission has approved the resumption of the exercise, which will be held at 2 levels. In view of the forthcoming governorship election, the voter registration exercise in Anambra State will commence in the 326 wards across the state on 8th July 2025 and end on the 17th July 2025, and it will hold from 9 in the morning to 3 p.m. daily, including the weekend. During the period of registration, new voters, as well as those who wish to transfer their registration to Anambra State from other states of the Federation or from one location to another within the state, will have the opportunity to do so. Similarly, registered voters whose permanent voters' cards are either lost or damaged will have the opportunity to apply for a replacement. Uncollected PVCs from previous registrations will also be available for collection at the registration centers. Interested eligible Nigerians are encouraged to appear in person to register. The online pre-registration option is not available for the time being. Voter registration and the compilation of the voters' register for Anambra State will have to be completed not later than 90 days before the date fixed for the election as provided by law, and will not like to run foul of the legal provisions. Detailed information, including the locations of the 326 registration centers in Anambra State, is included in your folders for this meeting. And the same information will be uploaded to our website and other platforms for public information. For the nationwide continuous voter registration, the Commission has approved the resumption of the online and in-person registration of voters in all the states of the Federation. The online pre-registration will start on the 18th of August 2025, while the in-person registration will follow on 25th August 2025. The exercise will be held simultaneously in all our 37 state and FCT offices, as well as our 774 local government offices nationwide. Detailed schedule of activities will be released shortly. The Commission wishes to place on record its continuing appreciation to all Nigerians that have supported our activities in various ways. We continue to count on the same support, particularly as we prepare to conduct the by-elections in 16 constituencies nationwide, involving 3.5 million registered voters. Only 16 constituencies in Nigeria, 3.5 million registered voters, which is more than the total number of registered voters in the Republic of Liberia and the Gambia. But it's only 16 constituencies here. So on this note, I welcome you once again to this meeting. I thank you and God.
Once again, I would want to, on behalf of the political parties, condole the Commission on the demise of General Akali and other staff. May God accept their souls. So on behalf of the political parties, I am pleased to address you on the crucial issue that will further consolidate, deepen, and strengthen the nation's democratic process. As a platform that produces all elected public office holders in Nigeria, the Interparty Advisory Council is unwavering in its commitment to fostering electoral integrity, political stability, and inspire trust in the electoral governance. While there is improvement in the conduct of recent elections, voters' turnout remains low, very, very low, indicating lack of trust in the electoral governance. It could be fear that their votes might not count, fear of violence, and lack of confidence in the candidates contesting various offices who might not fulfill their election promises to the people. This is unacceptable and must be addressed immediately. Active citizens' participation in the political process is essential for the sustainable democracy, and development. We must continue to work on rebuilding trust in the electoral governance. Elections are prerequisites of democracy. In fact, it is the beauty of democracy. We must uphold the sanctity of the ballot box and respect the will of the people as expressed therein. Elected public officers must be held accountable at all levels of governance. This is one of the salient ways to protect and sustain our hard-earned democracy. After 25 years of unbroken democracy, citizens expect the best of representative governance in tandem with the provisions of Section 14, subsection 2B of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which state that the security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of governance. When elections are free and fair and credible, leaders will emerge. There will be inherent trust and confidence in the process. Citizens will be encouraged to participate in nation building. IPAC urges leaders of political parties to conduct transparent primaries for the upcoming FCT area council elections. The integrity of the electoral process starts with the political parties' primaries, where candidates are nominated for various offices. Parties are urged to comply with the provisions of their constitutions for rancor-free exercises and desist from imposition of candidates. IPAC further urges political parties and their candidates to imbibe issue-based campaigns for the 8 November 2025 Anambra governorship election. Politicians and their supporters should eschew politics of bitterness that impedes the nation's emerging democracy. The Anambra gubernatorial polls provide yet another opportunity for INEC to demonstrate its capacity to conduct credible elections, leveraging on effective applications of its new technologies through centralized artificial intelligence governance that will enhance decision-making through data-driven insight, risk management, voter engagement, predictive analytics, automation, and intelligent safeguards. This will strengthen electoral credibility and integrity, as well as prevent glitches that could erode confidence in the elections. IPAC will consider adopting AI governance in parties' membership drives, voters' education, and mobilization for elections. IPAC supports any effort to strengthen democratic institutions in the country. We also commend the leadership of INEC and the federal government for initiating the construction of the new headquarters annex building for the commission. Congratulations. It is a giant step forward in solving the electoral umpire's long-standing space issue, thus creating an enabling environment for the commission to discharge its statutory mandate. So much is expected of INEC ahead of the FCT council poll, Anambra state governorship election, Osun and Ekiti gubernatorial election, and the 2027 general election. To whom much is given, much is expected. INEC should put its act together and justify the confidence Nigerians repose in it to conduct free, fair, credible, transparent, and inclusive elections. As we consciously cultivate democratic culture, values, ideals, and ethics, Nigeria will again become the great arsenal of democracy in Africa. We are all together in this. I thank you for the audience.